Well, the Greek physician once said, if you are in a bad mood, go for a walk. And if you're still in a bad mood, go for another walk. Well, this month, Cincinnati Magazine's new issue will help you find some of the best places to take that body and mind improving walk. And John Fox, our friend, the editor-in-chief for Cincinnati Magazine, is with us live to unveil some of our walking treasures around town. Thanks so much for walking us through your new edition, John.
Well, sure thing. Let's go step by step.
Clyde is so jealous that he doesn't get in on these puns. Okay, so tell us why walking trails and hiking is the main focus of your September issue. Well,
you know, you guys mentioned earlier that it's a hot, sticky day today, but the reality is September is still good weather. The humidity drops a little bit, so it's a perfect time to get outside. And the reality, too, is that walking is about as easy as it gets, as you mentioned earlier. You don't even need shoes. You can walk barefoot if you want, but it's just, you know, you don't need equipment. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need a Peloton. You just get out and just figure out where you're going and walk. And then, as you said, if you haven't had enough, you just keep going.
That's right. All right, so talk about some of the hiking trails that you cover.
Yeah, so we try to focus. We have, you know, I think we do about 30 different recommendations, but what we try to do is point out a few of the new ones. So a couple of the new ones that we talk about are the new walking area in Eden Park that they built inside the old reservoir. We talk about the new paths and plaza over on the Covington riverfront. And then just up the hill from your studio, we talk about the art museum steps that are still kind of new. You know, just and then we'd also talk about Wasson Way, which is slowly being built, you know, over from Evanston through Hyde Park and then into Oakley.
You know what? I love doing the steps. That's what we call it around here. Let's go do the steps. So yeah, sure. You also have a local celebrity weighing in on running with Carrie Lee. So tell us about her article.
Sure. So Carrie Lee is a teacher and the cross-country coach at Anderson High School, but she's also a runner herself, and she won the women's flying pig a few years ago. So we just asked her, give us a little bit on the health side of walking and maybe some tips about walking and running, just how you get started. And, you know, and she really talks about just sort of picking something and then being consistent with it, again, whether it's walking or running. So, yeah, she's a great interview.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So was there a trail or maybe a part of this issue that made you really excited?
Well, so I personally, you know, we all sort of divvied up this topic, and then what I did myself was I went downtown and walked on the 4 bridges that cross the river, and I took note of the different, you know, I kind of rated them and compared them. And, you know, I know it sounds funny to say because it's pretty obvious, but when you're out on the middle of the river on one of those bridges, it just gives you a different point of view. You can really see how big and strong the river is. You watch the boats go underneath you, and then you realize that both sides of the river, the Kentucky side and the Ohio side, are really not that far either physically or, you know, in any other way apart from each other. And the bridges are a great way to get some exercise, but also, again, to just connect from one side to the other. So I really enjoyed that. I guess it had been a while since I'd walked across the river.
Well, I like that idea, and I think a lot of people will. So if people want to read the articles or pick up the September issue, how can they find you?
Well, so this is the September issue. I just got it in the mail the other day, so subscribers have it. But next week it'll be out. You know, Joseph Beth booksellers, at Kroger stores, all the usual CVS, Walgreens, that kind of thing.
All right. John, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Well, get outside and enjoy it while you can.
Yes.